I gave up on being a traditional academic. I want to explain to you why and who I am today. So I'm an associate professor. I'm Professor Dave Maslach, and I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. And that is where I begin. So the traditional academic is where you sit and you do research, and as part of that, you be mean and cruel to other people in order to get your way, in order to make sure that other people are performing at the standards of the academic game. And so you push down other people, you make other people feel terrible. You be the one person that is always making sure that you're sharp, and you criticize other people, and you try to discourage as much as you possibly can. And this is the normal way of what a lot of people play, and a lot of people that many of us know play in the game in order to get ahead. And I gave up on that when I realized my heart wasn't in it. It started to make me feel terrible inside when I played that game. I tried to do it, and it wasn't working out for me. And I realized the only way that I can turn myself around is to follow who I am. And inside, I am a shy little boy that is always wanting to please other people and make other people feel nice. So that's where I began with the whole reciprocity project, is how do I create a community where everybody feels supported and everybody feels like they belong? And this idea is so counterintuitive that I've been doing it for 8 years, and it still does not fit in with the traditional academic game. A lot of people still don't recognize it. A lot of people think what I'm doing is a waste of time. A lot of people discount it. And it's because I'm not doing real research, or I'm not doing things that are valid. And the reason why I'm not doing that is because I could never do it. I wasn't that person that would push other people around. I wasn't that person that would make other people feel bad. I wasn't that person to try to exploit the situation and do things as quickly as possible. I wasn't that person. And so what I've realized, I had to be a non-traditional academic that has given up on all of that stuff. And what I've realized is what I need to do is to do steady little steps where I try to build up other people, I try to do my work, and I try to go home and spend time with my family, because my family is just as important as everything else. In fact, it's more important than anything else. And so I gave up on all of that. I don't play the game anymore. I'm not part of the system anymore. And what I've realized is when I've created this identity for myself, where I've pushed back and said, I'm not going to play that game anymore, I realized I've become happier inside. I've become a better person. And I realized that maybe there's other people out there that are just like me and they're too scared to speak up. I think that in order to play the game, your game, whatever that might be, is you have to stop playing other people's game. You have to realize that, yeah, you know what? You're not going to be successful. You're not going to be the top. You're not going to be the best, the winner, all of that stuff. And I think it's ironic and funny when I talk about that, because that's what everybody wants you to play. That's what the whole system wants you to play. All of the institutions, the universities, all of the other professors that you talk to, when you go to academic conferences, you hear whisperings of how do you get into this journal, or how do you become this, or, all of these things. It's so funny. But what I've realized is I have to give up on all of that stuff. I have to give up on that dream of being the top, of being the next Einstein or whatever it is. And I just have to be myself. I have to be me. And me is trying to do as much good as I possibly can, where I do things that are like this. Little subtle, weird, silly things that cost time and effort and nobody's ever going to give credit for. But I'm going to do it anyways. Or do things where I stand up to somebody. In my own head, I'm not going to be rude. I'm not going to be, any of that kind of stuff. But if somebody's trying to push me around and say that I'm not working enough, I'm just going to ignore them. And I'm going to walk forward step by step doing my thing and having the confidence that I am just going to do my thing. And I would encourage you, if you really want to make progress in your life, to just be you. Stop following that game. It doesn't matter anyways in the end. You become a shallow, frail person when you play those games. But when you focus on finding what's inside of you and walking ahead and just doing your thing and ignoring the rest of the world, something changes, it snaps, and you feel better. I'm never going to feel completely secure. I'm never going to feel like I've made it. I'm never going to feel any of those emotions that people tell you about. But I feel a little bit better by not playing the game and ignoring what everybody tells me that I should do. And I think that's all that matters. I feel a little bit me, more me, and less of the world that is pushed onto me. Try it. Be surprised what happens to you. All right, take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.